Mr. Triplett, how much money would an average person need to physically prepare and survive?
Well, for the person who absolutely has zero money, the first thing you can do is stockpile water. Without water, you can't live for more than 3 days. You can go without food. You can go without nothing to eat, but just water for 40 days. So the water can be stored in bottles. Your milk jugs can be rinsed out. You can put tap water in them. Add a couple drops of Clorox in it to preserve it. Put it in a dark place. Water doesn't want light. Light causes bacteria to grow. So a lot of larger water containers are made out of a black poly material because it stops the light. But you want to store water and get as much as you physically can, because there's no amount of water will be too much, depending on your residence, whether you're in the city, in an apartment building, or if you're out in the country. Bigger tanks, outside tanks, are even better. But when it comes to the food we're instructed to get in Ezekiel 4:9 is wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, spelt. These are seeds. Seeds can germinate, and when they germinate and come to life, they require 3 elements. One is moisture, the other is warmth, and another is light. So to preserve a seed, if you keep it in the dark, you keep it cool, and you keep it dry, it will keep for thousands of years. That was proven by the archaeological dig in the tombs of pharaohs in Egypt during the time of the pyramids. They found wheat in clay jars deep in the ground. 2,500-year-old wheat. It germinated, came to life, and began to grow and multiply. So you can actually bury stuff in the ground in small quantities in plastic buckets, or you can get a 30-gallon trash barrel, a brand new one with a plastic lid, and you can fill it full of wheat or beans. You can buy wheat for $300 a ton in bulk, and I have actually have quite a bit of wheat stored that way. They're called wheat berries and some loaves of bread. But you can soak a handful of wheat in a pot and boil it for a few minutes, and it swells up and it becomes soft and chewy, and you can put a little sugar or honey on it and some milk. It's very tasty, nutritious, and so affordable. It's like it costs very little. And so you can buy beans, rice, wheat, all kinds of those things are available, and plastic containers, and bury them in the ground is the best. If you're in a city, of course, you can put it in your closet, keep it cool. You can also buy a little sack of diatomaceous earth, which is keeps weevils out of the wheat, and bugs don't like it. So anybody that goes to McDonald's and spends $4, $5, $6, $7 a day can make a peanut butter sandwich or something, and instead of going to McDonald's, you can accumulate enough money to store for yourself a year's supply of food very easily. And the best thing to do is to store enough food to help somebody else to have an abundance, because the value of the food is going to skyrocket. Revelation 6 says it'll be a day's wages for 1 quart of wheat. If a quart of wheat is 2 pounds and it's $300 a ton, it's 15 cents a pound. So 2 pounds of wheat costs you 30 cents. A day's wages is a $100 bill. Where can you invest 30 cents today and anticipate a rate of return of $100? There is nothing that compares to that kind of return on an investment. So I'm trying to encourage everyone to understand we're very close to this time where a day of sudden destruction is coming. It comes on unsuspecting people. It says highways will be desolate in Isaiah 33. Ezekiel 4 says food and water will be scarce, and that's what the Bible's talking about. So please get food for yourself and your loved ones and be prepared. God bless you.